Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen cast here from Burbank in California with Nathanius and myself. And Nathan, I have to correct myself. Earlier in this cast, I said that MMA has never won an IEM, which is wrong, of course. Shame on me. He won the Intel Extreme Masters 2012, like someone pointed out to me in Team Liquid. In Kiev, that was correct. He defeated Dimaga in the final. It was 3-1. I remember that series very well because Dimaga had a very funny build where he made like 8 Mutalisk. And then he followed up with his big 2-2 Baning bust. And then he won game number 1 with it. He was actually steamrolling a lot of Terrans. Like he defeated Cass with that build in the semi-final, stuff like that. And then MMA just switched up his play, started using Taurus, and he just completely wrecked Dima in the next 3 games. It was a really fun tournament. It was also the tournament where Naniwa almost forfeited after the first series of the day. He unplugged his keyboard. He was so mad. He ran out of the venue, or walked out of the venue, and then I ran behind him in the snow in Kiev, and I talked to him. I was like, Nani, chill down, take a chill pill, come back, play your games. He was very upset because there was some lag issues back then. Then I talked Naniwa going back into the event. He came back, sat down, went 2-0 in his group, still won the group.
IEM Kiev.
That happened. I saved Nani. I saved esports that day. And then the next day, Naniwa lost 3-1 against the Korean Zerg, which was the Liquid Zerg, the guy who retired. What's his name again? What's his name again? Nate?
Of a retired Liquid player?
Yeah, from Korea.
Which one? Oh, Zinio?
Yeah. He defeated Naniwa with like Hydra Ling. Or Hydra Ling Muda. Or Hydra Muda. I don't know what it was.
Before it was a thing.
Yeah, no, before that was actually considered legit. Like in this day and age. Back then that was actually mind-blowing. We had never seen that before. It was in a quarterfinal. Feast, that was actually Feast's breakout performance as well. And then after that, Feast went to the IEM.
IEM Kiev was almost my breakout. I 2-port Banshee'd my way to the 2nd place in the first qualifying bracket. I actually qualified for the championship bracket and got wrecked by DDE. I'll never forget Kiev.
That was a really cool tournament.
I was actually close to qualifying.
Oh, Nate.
With 2-port Banshee. No. So we're loaded into our next match.
Someone of our production crew just suggested that I should try this thing again with these flags. It's like not going to. It's really not going to work.
If you use the camera turn, there's a way to push the Overlord to the right. No.
I will try. Anyway, over here on the right top side of merry-go-round, he's setting out his Overlord. Give it up for Startail alive. No.
You're so close.
No.
It's doable.
No, it's not. We should just stick to the hatcheries.
Can we do a supply depot?
Over here on the left top side of the map, he won the Intel Extreme Masters in 2012. Thank you very much for the Team Liquid people out there that have been paying more attention to, I don't know, to history than I have. In general, I'm pretty good at history. It's been a very long day. Give it up for Acers MMA. I also messed up the fact that I thought he won WCS. But didn't he win WCS Season 3 Europe last year? Like,
yes.
Yeah, okay. And then in Season 1 this year, it was MC who defeated him in the
rematch against
final.
MC who
and
crushed
then,
him with lots of Void Rays.
And last week it was Stardust defeating Sun 4-0. I made $20 on that series. I beat $20 with Bomber.
Sick life.
I was like, hey Bomber, who do you think is going to win? He's like, maybe Sun? I was like, no, Stardust. He's like, no, Sun. I was like, Bomber, $20. He's like, deal. Bam, easy money.
Easiest $20 of your life.
It's okay. Bomber still made $23,980 in his short stay, so I think he didn't miss the 20 that much.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stardust, though, for giving me 20 bucks. Anyways, right now it's all going to be about MMA versus StarTale Live. 2 of the most accomplished players in StarCraft 2 history. Two of my favorites as well. I'm not saying that just because I'm casting them, but Live has been my favorite Zerg for pretty much, you know, that first GSL run that he had. I just thought that this little kid, such a badass attitude, and his play has always just blown me away. So incredibly impressive. And MMA really grew on me, not when watching these games, but actually after meeting him in person. This guy's always so smiley, so friendly, really outgoing. It reminds me a little bit of Bomber, but Bomber is always serious and MMA is always funny.
MMA is a really, really funny guy.
Yeah, he's just happy. He smiles all the time. He has a badass Slayer's jacket. I wonder if he still has it. I hope he has, because that was a badass jacket.
That is something you never...
Yeah, like how can I forget that? That was the tournament that we made fun of, like the Slayer's jacket. Whenever MMA put the jacket on, he went on Rampage mode in IEM, and he won all of his games, because it was really cold in Kiev. Anyways, talk to me, Nate. DBZ, it's your territory.
All right, the Reaper is trying to kill stuff. And he's killed a Zergling or two. That's not bad. If the Reaper dies, this is the part where I say you should never lose Reaper as a Terran player. You should never lose a Reaper. The Queen's out. You should never lose the Reaper. Oh, that's unfortunate.
It's bad.
Yeah. He got a fast reactor though, right? So he's gonna make 2 Marines at a time on this map. Any Zerg will tell you it's so hard to scout what anyone does on this map because you can't hide overlords anywhere. Without free scouting, how are you supposed to know what the Terran player does?
It's going to get really tricky, that's for sure. Still a little bit sloppy there from MMA. Yes, he got 3 Zerglings, but any Zerg will gladly trade 3 Zerglings for a Reaper. And you don't have to worry about the Reaper anymore. That's not going to be a nuisance. You can send your drone out a little quicker.
Yeah. So, MMA though, he wants to open up with a very fast starport, and when you're on a map where it's difficult to scout, doing builds that rely on not being scouted is generally more effective. I think that's something that you and I can both agree on, because this is going to be a reactor. We are going to see some Hellbats. There's going to be a lot of Hellbats.
Okay. Yeah?
MMA.
Alright, I'm a little bit confused by his build. So you think it's just going to be straight up Hellbat drops?
Oh yeah. I mean, this could just be a mass Hellion drop into Hellbats. Or it's the sickest fake out ever that somehow uses 2 reactors, but I doubt it.
I'm a tiny bit confused by his build, but we'll keep a close eye on it. Life wants to scout, but exactly your early game point, Nate. Alright, there we do see the armory going down. You are always right when it comes to TVZ, Nate.
Yeah.
At least when it comes to the Terran builds. The Zerg builds you mess up sometimes, but the Terran build, yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, we all do.
Like, he didn't get Zergling speed. He's building a Roachhorn. He's going to start his lair, like, really, really soon. Like, almost right now. And he's going to start 2 evolution chambers. He should. That should be, like, his next step. Zergling speed? Okay.
Okay.
Is he going to... He's not going to counter with Roachling. That's a bit...
It is live after all.
Life doesn't have the gas anymore to get his lair, so that's going to be a little bit later. He should get his lair as soon as he hits 100 gas, though. I'd be
Unless he
surprised.
just fires up like 8 roaches.
I would be really surprised if he doesn't get his lair soon. No lair. He's getting overlords. Is he really going to make a big roach push like this?
Have evolution chambers.
Like this?
That would be very weird.
This is not
Would not
standard.
be that bad against the Hellbat play,
I mean,
though.
if you shut down the Hellbat play,
5 roaches.
90% of the time you can just counterattack and win if you kill everything. You have to kill it.
There are a bunch of Marines on the map as well. The armory has finished up, so these Hellbats can transform. These 8 roaches and then a Zergling counterattack using Speedling as reinforcements could actually be very deadly. Losing that one Overlord is a little bit frustrating, but I think that Life is going to be okay. Life will find a way. So cheesy, but he will.
Well, Hellbat's trying to find a way on top of the Zerg army. Moving forward, the first queen is roasted. And these roaches right on top. I mean, these Hellbats are still really strong in the medevac ceiling, but what really makes this push so strong is the Marines behind, because they don't care about the roach armor.
Ooh, I would have loved to see Life focus at medevac a tiny bit quicker, because that means that those Marines would have been in so much more trouble.
MMA still only has 2 command centers, right?
Yep, and let's not forget, guys, there was no drop in the main base, so MMA is still completely unaware of the fact that there is no layer attack.
Yep, this should be just a really big roachling counterattack, and to be perfectly honest with you, this has the potential to just kill him. This actually could just kill MMA. He needs to be very careful. He doesn't have stim on the way.
MMA has no units at home.
He has no tech.
MMA has 7 Marines, and 6 of them are over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now these roaches are coming in.
You can actually just run.
Raise your depots. Raise them.
Wow.
Okay.
What's going on? Like, both players kind of derping a little bit over there. MMA doing a good job in sniping overlords left and right. You know, like, yes, you can repair your bunker for days, but there's no DPS in this. Oh my god, this supply depot is really exposed as well.
The
Only
one
SRV.
Marine in this bunker is just like, you know. Oh man, I'm really worried now. He shuts down the counterattack. This drop in the main base, this is important. He needs to like kill 100 drones right now.
There are no 100 drones on the map, but he indeed has to kill a lot of them. It's good Marine positioning, but there is no stim. There's still just a single Marine in that bunker. Like, it doesn't really matter how long MMA was going to repair that bunker. Without any units inside the bunker, MMA, it might just be dead.
Yeah. I mean, if you do an attack like this and you do not kill the Zerg player with it or severely cripple them, you are pretty much all in with how much you delay your own tech.
Till Live wins map number 1 on Merry Go Round. And Nate, I'm almost a little bit lost for words. And that's not because it's been a really long day. I really like MMA. He's so close to my heart. But so far it seems like nothing is coming together for him. He is getting steamrolled like he is someone signing up for the open bracket for the first time in his career. And this is one of the most accomplished Terrans of all time. Someone who's been doing better and better in the WCS seasons as well. You know, Season 3 last year, he won. Season 1, he was the runner-up. It really felt like getting closer and closer to MMA, really stepping up his game again. It's awesome to see him make the journey to China, because he's currently living in Europe. A little bit shocked.
Yeah,
Is he still living in Europe? Like, I know he stayed with the Axiom guys for a very long time.
I honestly have no idea.
Okay. Either way, things are not coming together.
He's probably going to. He's probably. Maybe he was in Korea training with Scarlet before this event, and then maybe he's gonna go with Scarlet to Germany for the Acer Team Story Cup finals.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So I'm gonna go with that.
Yeah, and then he actually has a short journey as well, because Korea to China is not that far.
No.
Oh, I'm a little bit sad, because I would love to see MMA put up a better fight, and we all know that he's capable of doing so. The first series, the ZvT series against Asia, nothing really came together for him, and in game number 1 against Live, just didn't really work out either. He left one Marine at home, never scouted the main base, lost the early game Reaper. Just once again a couple of small unnecessary mistakes, and really it's kind of funny, because on paper this is by far the most spectacular group I think that we had. Group B that we did yesterday was damn cool too, don't get me wrong, but I feel on paper when you have MMA, Tasia, Live, and then you have the local hero Jim, you just have everything. You have championships and you have your local hero. And so far, the games have not been as spectacular as the games that we casted yesterday, or even some of the games that we casted this morning.
We also haven't had 35 Tempests.
That's true. But we're not done yet, guys. We are, you could say, exactly halfway through now. 2 best of 3s in and 1 map in series number 3. Unless the series would go to 1-1, but then we are over the halfway point. Hopefully things will only get better from this point on, as we have some of the absolute best StarCraft 2 players in the world. And we all know that they're capable of playing some of the best games in the world.
That's right. That's right. We're loaded in to the next map of this best of 3. And if MMA loses, he will be eliminated from Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen.
And despite having such a glory-for career, and of course every career comes with ups and downs, I don't think there has ever been such a quiet exit for MMA as this one. If he would lose this map in another 10-12 minute game, then I actually think that this will go down in the history books as the worst tournament that MMA has ever played. And I really hate to say that. I don't want to. And this is a really stacked group. And he's losing against Tasia and Live. Like, it's not like MMA is losing against 2 no-names. He is going up against 2 of the best players in the world. But still, Nate, he's MMA. I want to see him do better. I know he can do better.
Yeah, I agree with you. Oh, okay. Life built that 10th drone. He's going to extract a chick, but I wasn't sure if he was going to 10 pool again. That would have just been going too much in my heart.
Over here, of course, on the left up side of King Sejong Station, we have the Startail Zerk. He lost against Jim in his first series of the day. He's out for revenge. He's out for blood. He's out for his second Intel Extreme Masters title. It's alive. See, sometimes simplicity works. Just stay on the hatchery. It looks good.
Stay on that hatch. And his opponent, spawning in the bottom right position, looking to not be, as you said, swiftly booted out of this Intel Extreme Masters tournament. From Team Acer, it is MMA.
Well, Matt.
At Chandler_ball says, sleep-deprived Roddy and Nathan are officially my favorite 2 casters. Hashtag IEM has never been so funny and entertaining. I don't know, Kev.
No, me neither. Is he suggesting that we should stay up for 36 hours? Actually, it's probably 40 hours. A little more often, just to be his 2 favorite casters.
We like transform at a certain point. We're like gremlins, right? It's like, don't feed them after midnight. It's like, don't make them cast until they haven't slept.
It's funny that you mentioned the gremlins. That you mean from the movie, right? Like the little
yeah. Like
when I was really young, I was really terrified of gremlins. It was one of the first scary movies I ever saw in my life. And then, like, if it was like 7:30 p.m. and my mom would say, like, Kevin, go upstairs, go shower, I was so afraid, and I would like run up the stairs, and my heart was beating, and I was always afraid when I would open the shower curtain that there would be a gremlin in the bathroom. No, I'm serious. This was like my only childhood fear.
Oh man, dude.
And then I would literally shower within 25 seconds and run down again, just because I was afraid the gremlins would get to me. And then my mom thought that I was like a dirty kid who didn't want to shower, but I did shower. I was
you were just scared of the gremlins,
I was
man.
really scared.
I think the worst. I saw Hellraiser when I was really young, so I don't know if Gremlins didn't really rub me quite that way. But
what can I say? I was easily scared, I guess. Someone who should perhaps be a little scared as a.
Sorry.
Do you think that's funny, man?
The Gremlins, dude.
Yeah. I don't know. It's scary.
All you have to do is not give them water, and they're totally harmless.
Yeah, well, I had to take a shower. What do you want me to do?
I just realized if you showered, it would get wet. Okay, it makes sense. Reaper's harassing these Zerglings. He's picked off one of them, and he's trying to get that Reaper. MMA, don't lose your Reaper this time. We need it to scout. That Reaper is easily the most core early game Terran defense because it tells you everything. And look at this. He's actually killed almost every Zergling that he has, which is really good.
Same opening as a merry-go-round, but this time he keeps the Reaper alive, and that is the most important thing. Nate just mutes himself now as he's still somehow cracking up over the fact that I was afraid of gremlins when I was a child. Either way, he'll be back soon. Promise Nate is still alive.
Okay. Everything's okay. Factory's done. He's going to put on the reactor. He's going to build Hellions. Hellions plus Reapers equals kill lots of Zerglings, but will life make roaches again? That's the big question, Kev.
No, I don't think so. I think we're going to see a straight-up game from Live. I think we're going to see a very straight-up game from MMA. I do wonder, you know, MMA obviously strikes me as a guy with amazing confidence who doesn't really get shaken up too quickly after a loss or two. But, man, even MMA has to feel bad about how those last 3 games played out.
Yeah.
So I just hope that he can sort of forget about it and just play the way that we know that MMA can play this game. With confidence, with style, with grace, and just still take a few minor risks here and there, but above all, just turn this into a macro game. Show us your multitasking MMA. Show us why we thought once upon a time you, too, were the best player in the world.
Yeah, I mean, what MMA is doing in this game is very clean, standard build. There's nothing unusual about this at all. Third Command Center is very quick. He's going for Marines, and he's trying to harass his hatchery as much as possible. While these 2 Hellions, this is a bit brave, it's a bit adventurous.
Yeah, not often do you see the first 2 Hellions going in for a bunch of drones. This one Zergling of Life actually did a phenomenal job in blocking the path and forcing the Hellion to shoot in a way that you normally don't want to shoot. And yeah, MMA tried to make something happen. He got 1 drone kill there, I believe, with the Hellions, and 1 he had earlier with the Reaper. Yeah, not great, but it's only 2 Hellions, I guess. Looking at the bright side of life, Nate, I don't know.
Yeah, man.
What should I make of it?
Eh.
This one little Zergling, though. What a Zergling.
What a champ. What a champ.
The Zergling said no race cars allowed. This is like that one cop hiding behind the traffic light in like a suburb of a big city where there's just not a whole lot happening.
It's like no one ever drives down this road, so when they do, they're usually going pretty fast.
Like Mr. Bitter's mom lives in this very tiny town outside of Atlanta. And there's only 1 street with 1 store and one traffic light, and then there is a cop hiding behind the traffic light because he has nothing else to do. There's nothing going on in the town.
Oh well, these Hellions are going to get pulled over by this extractor, and ouch, that is a big loss.
It pains me to see this, Nate. I like great play, of course, again by Live, but we can't really just contribute this all to Live. It just feels like, I don't know. I get sad when I see this. It's not over yet. It's just Hellions. Of course, you want to do more with those Hellions. You want to keep some map control. You want to keep some map vision. You would have loved to pick up a bunch of these drones. It is not the end of the world yet, but I just feel like everything goes from bad to worse for MMA today.
Yeah, nothing's really gone in his favor in these matches. So I'm a little bit concerned for him. You know, momentum's a big deal, and even if we know MMA is a very good player, it's very easy for the momentum to quickly shift outside of his control, right? The last thing you want is it to just, you know, just skyrocket.
1-1 upgrades are more than halfway done for StarTales Live. I think Jim might be watching this series, Nate, and he might actually be quite pleased, because let's not forget that Jim has always, like, his burden, I guess you can say, has always been PvP. That's been the one matchup that has been holding Jim, the only Chinese player in the Inter Masters, Shenzhen. That's been the matchup that's holding him back. If MMA gets eliminated in this series, that means that Jim will play a best of 3 that will determine whether he advances or not to the next round, and that not includes Terran.
These Zerglings are trying to counterattack onto these Marines, but Marines in a choke point, Rotterdam.
Yeah, there are a lot of Banelings being morphed over here as well. This is just like a massive 1-1 Zergling Baneling attack. MMA's Marines are so incredibly exposed.
He's gonna have to still again!
No!
Oh, the hit points are so low! Slams the door in his
gonna
face,
die.
but there's Banelings. This is the Banelings.
What do you do now? Oh, he has a tank, right? Did I see something explode?
No, that was him. That was all his stuff. These Marines are a nice choke
beautiful
point.
Positioning there, yeah. But look at this. This is just an absolute massacre once more. Nothing is going. MMA is dying to Zerglings, Nate. This saddens me.
Yeah, GG. Life will eliminate MMA from Intel Extreme Masters Shenzhen. And that's got to be upsetting for MMA. Not really able to show a whole lot in this tournament. A swift exodus.
I think MMA has had like 40 actual minutes of in-game time played. Game 1 against Asia was pretty short. Game 2 merry-go-round maybe went up to like the 16-minute mark, but also a lot of unforced errors. First game against Live was that 10 minutes, and now an 11-minute game. Once more, we don't want to be overly critical of a guy like MMA that has achieved so incredibly much and has inspired so many players around the world for such a long time and has provided us with some of the absolute best games ever played, even up to this date. People talk about MMA versus Dongray Gul as perhaps the best StarCraft 2 final that we've ever seen, but we can hardly sit here and say that this was a phenomenal series or that this was, despite being eliminated, a great tournament by MMA, because it was not. We know that he can do better, and yes, we hold him to very high standards, but this was just not the MMA that we expected to show up at IEM Shenzhen.
No.
There's nothing else that I can say about it.
Tough loss for MMA, and Life will go on to play in the final match of the group, but that means we still have to do our winner's match. We still have a player that's going to advance to the playoff stage, and that is going to be a Terran versus Protoss, as you mentioned, Jim. Jim Credible, Jim Bro, up against Tasia, who is a very scary Terran player.
Yes, I kind of just want to forget about this series because it's just going to bring me down. It's going to ruin the mood because I'm really sad about it. I really expected so much more of it. So let's focus on the good things in life. The good things in life are that we have 2 more amazing best of 3s of StarCraft 2 ahead of us. The next one is going to be our local hero. Even though he's not here, we're not there, but it's Jim from Invictus Gaming. We love Jim. 2013 was a great year for him. 2014 has ups and downs, but now he has a chance to make it into the Inter Extreme Masters round of 8. Also, he was the only Chinese participating in the tournament. He could be the only Chinese, I think, in the history of Inter Extreme Masters, but don't quote me on that, to make it to the round of 8. That would be a fantastic achievement.
That'd be awesome.
And there is information out there. If Jim has done his homework, he could have perhaps watched Big Baby versus Tasia. It is possible. We didn't expect Big Baby to 3-0 Tasia.
No.
Now, of course, a lot of people will immediately say, like, well, Big Baby is way better than Jim. You guys didn't know that 3 weeks ago. Maybe you could say like, oh, well, I saw Big Baby in GSO or WCS Korea Season 3 last year. I knew he was very good. No one expected him to 3-0 Tasia. That's just, let's be honest.
Yeah, I have to completely agree with you. Absolutely nobody saw that coming. I still want to favor Tasia, but Jim...
Yeah, of course.
Jim kind of... I mean, he had to do some early aggressive tactics, or at least, I don't know if he had to, but he chose to do early aggressive tactics that worked against Life. Will he do something similar against Tasia? That's an interesting question. Of course... Before we go to a break, before we do our next match, your tweets have actually been really, really good. Please keep them coming. Yeah, the tweets have been great, man.
The tweets on screen, you mean, or have you also been?
There's been tweets on. I mean, I can't observe. So when we're looking, we're getting the lobby set up.
So when I think Nate is laughing, I think he's laughing about my jokes, but he's actually laughing about your tweets.
To be perfectly honest, I have no idea what I'm laughing about. But you guys, tweets have been great. IEM, hashtag it. Let us know how you guys have been enjoying these games. Let us know how late you're staying up.
Yeah, let us know where you're watching from as well. This was really cool. Yesterday we had so many tweets, people watching from New Zealand, Finland, Sweden. We had South America as well. We had a lot of people from the area here, like Oakland up north, SoCal as well. I think someone tweeted that was watching from Alaska, which is also super awesome.
There's been lots of people. Even some guy from Missouri was watching. That's
why?
Cool.
Why is that? Why Missouri?
For some reason,
you thought they didn't sell StarCraft in Missouri.
For some reason, Huckleberry Finn or something just went through my head. I don't know why. You never read Adventures of Tom Sawyer?
Huckleberry what?
Huckleberry Finn.
No.
Okay. That might be too American. I don't know.
I'll get that one.
And there's lots of Chinese people actually in the chat. There's a lot of Chinese people watching.
That's cool.
So, ni hao to all of you.
Ni hao.
My Chinese is
Ni han mei, all of you.
Yeah.
If that works.
Oh, wo han hao. I'm very good, it means.
I give up.
Son
Li Tun. Son Li Tun. Or
see,
Son Li Tur.
I don't know what that one means.
Me neither. I just heard Todd say
I remember Todd told me a lot of things that I don't think are necessary to
I hope
be
I just didn't say anything terrible in Chinese. If I did, then it's all on you and Merlo. Anyway, guys, we're going to get ready for a very small commercial break. After that, we'll be back with Invictus Gaming Jim against Liquid's very own Tasia. Should be awesome PvT. Has Jim stepped up his PvT, or is it still that one matchup that's holding him back? We're about to find out after this commercial break.